Hi there, Tony O'Driscoll here with installment 8 of the Everyday Superhero Backstory. So now May has stood up to Chief Muck and she has gotten permission to try things her way. And that's where, in Joseph Campbell's story, we head towards the road back. So she comes down from the elevator with the Everyday Superheroes, and the first thing she does is she essentially creates a compelling change narrative. It's not about productivity, it's about saving humanity. And it's also about situational humility. You can see down here that there's two of the PCT factors are activated here. This one's compelling change narrative, and this is embrace situational humility. And if you look at what May says, she says, we're here to save humanity. 60 days from now, I believe the world can once again be FUD free, but it can't happen without you. I need your help. Are you with me? So May is not only kind of painting a picture of a FUD free world, but she's also saying, I can't do it myself. Will you come with me? And you can see here where Rizzo, the voice of reason, is asking the group, and the group are saying, okay, let's give it a go. She then asked Pratik to engage in a jam session. And in this jam session, they're actually asking everybody for their ideas. And again, you can start to see act your way into a new way of thinking, giving others agency, embracing situational humility, motivating discretionary effort are getting fired up. So all these people now are finally being listened to. What if, even better if, let's test it. And so everybody is sharing their ideas. This is a nod to Alex Osterwalder's kind of innovation approach. And lo and behold, they come up with the idea of a line as a lab. Also, Pratik, who's very practical, says, let's try this out. Reason and him decide to try it out. They also come up with a mojometer. The mojometer is talking about what are the ideas that would work and how are we feeling about them? And they set up each line as a lab to figure out how to do the reconfigs to address the different field undulation disturbances. And each line figures out how it works, and they pass on the learnings to the next line. There's a very physical process when it first starts for all the lines. You can see a line for Nepal, a line for India, a line for Wuhan. But Wizzy then says he's going to get his intern to work on kind of trying to pass these learnings more through an application. And then as they go further along, they start to realize, well, maybe we don't need physical lines. Maybe we could use 3D printers. Maybe we could actually print these figs out instead of actually having to have an assembly line. And of course, then Wizzy decides he's going to go back. And here's where Noob comes in. Noob, who is new and understands digital technology, is able to take the files and turn them into a package that will print out on the very same 3D printer that the Shifter was printed out on. So then May is like, fantastic. Now all we got to do is figure out whether or not, where are the places with 3D printers to see if we can start to distribute them that way rather than having to ship them around the world. And that's where Connect shows in, because Connect happens to know people who are janitors in universities and other places that there might be 3D printers, and they start to build this distribution network, this pod of distribution networks. Now that doesn't end up not being enough because there's not enough universities, and they start to see, well, we can get beyond the 4 billion figs and we can get to 6 billion figs, but we're not going to be able to save the world. 25% of the population, of the world population, is going to succumb to the FUD. And Noob has another idea. Well, if I could print out a fig, why couldn't I print out a 3D printer? He goes back and figures out how to do that. And lo and behold, now, again, with Connect's help, what happens here with the different components of the model being activated, all of a sudden, you have a pod distribution network of 3D printers that are able to print the world over. And that is how you get to solving the problem by creating an invincible company that has breakthrough innovation. So we are into our last backstory here. We're going to go into the atonement and the return. So I hope to see you for the final installment of Everyday Superhero Backstory very soon.